So loops and branches will decide the flow of the code, conditions and loops. Okay, so those we are going to discuss. Uh, these concepts were there in C and Java language also, like if conditions, for loop. Okay, so similarly we have some options here. We're discussing those functionalities, and so if you see in this slide, we have the first one, if condition. Okay, if else. Okay, so if condition is similar to C, Java only, but here syntax will be different. Functionality will be same, but syntax will be different. So if the expression is evaluates, it's true, then if block will be executed, otherwise else block will execute it. Right? Expression is a combination of operators and operands. Okay, so if that expression is true, if block will execute it. So in this syntax, we can see if this is a condition or we call it as expression. If this expression is true, if block statements will execute it. The statement may be one or it may be more than one. If the expression is false, then it will go to the else block. Else block statements will execute it. Okay. So I'm writing the program for that. SC38. I open ABAP editor. I'm creating new program. Z11. Loops and branches. Click on create. Providing the title of the program. Type will always be executable program for all basic concepts. Okay. So click on save. By default, package and transport will come for every object. We have to select our package. Okay, so ZABAP me is our package name. Click on save, and subject will save in the package level, and immediately it will ask that transport also. Transport we are using for movement of objects from across the landscape. Okay. So select our own request. Okay, 780 is our transport number. Okay. Select this, click on continue. Okay. So this is the report generated. So we have to add our logic here. First one is if condition. Okay. So I'll create some support code also. So I'm declaring some variable. A variable is here. Type integer. Value is 5. Okay. So integer we can directly write the values. We don't need to mention single quotes. Extend I mentioned single quote. So we can mention single quote. Without single quote also we can directly write value. Okay. For the integer data type. So next, if condition syntax is once you put here if and immediately click on tab. Okay, so automatically it will generate the end if. So if is the open of the statement, open of the syntax for if condition, end if will be the closing of the syntax. Okay, so after this if, we have to write our expression. Expression is a equal to 5. Okay, so here a and 5 are operands. Equal to is the operator which handle this whole expression. Okay, if a equal to 5, we'll write some message, right? Success. Else will not come as by default using the tooltip. We have to add else. If you have else block, writing. What will be the output now for this case?
Success.
Yeah. So here we have a variable which is having 5 value. So we are checking the 5 equal to 5 both. So expression is true. So it will display the right first right, which is having success value. Okay, I'm just activating. We can see the success. The title also coming, so we have to ignore this. So how can we ignore that title in body of the screen?
No, no standard one.
Yeah.
No
So in
standard
the
page heading.
Yeah, in the report line, we have to add before pull stop, we have to add no standard page heading.
Yeah.
So for every small change, we have to activate it, right? See, we're getting success. If you put here 4, what will be the output?
Failure.
Okay. Suppose just commenting this. So only declaration part I did. So next line I'm going a equal to 5. In, here instead of a equal to 5, I'm commenting that line. I'm writing here psi sub c equal to 0. What will be the output now?
It will be success.
You mention here 4.
It it will come success because previous statement was failure.
No, in the all the cases, see, I think we got success. If you put any value,
Okay. Okay, if it is executing, then it will come success.
success. See, what is the use of size of RC? Size of RC equal to 0 means yesterday I told it's a system variable which returns before statement working or not. What is before statement? A equal to 5. So A equal to 1, 2 or anything. So we are assigning to A. So assigning is working, right? So assigning statement is working means it will return the size of bus is 0. Next line. So we are just checking size of bus equal to 0. So always will be size of bus is 0. So we are getting success.
Okay.
Okay, so failure will not come. If you put here A equal to C, okay, this is a dump. Okay, so if you got this kind of screen, okay, it's a runtime error. We should handle maximum cases. We should handle this dumps. Okay, this should not come in production cases.
Okay.
Okay, now here we are assigning A is integer data type, C is character data type. Okay, so we are assigning that's why system got dump. Okay.
Okay.
So currently, I'm not talking about exceptions. Otherwise, you'll get to know in further sessions how to handle this errors.
But why we get dump over here, sir?
Just not told you, na? A is an integer data type, C is a character data type.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so this is not assigned. In declaration, if you mention in declaration, it will identify easily, but in here assignment, it is not as identifying. Okay. So I just want to show you size of bar sieve functionality. Okay. So I'm just
Okay.
switching back. Okay. So this line is commented, so this will not work. Now this case, okay. So this case it will be failure.
Failure. Yes.
Okay. So I'm just commenting this block. Else is not mandatory in this case. If you want, you can use a else. Otherwise, you can only use the if condition.
Okay.
Next one we have nested if. So nested if means if you have more than one condition, okay, one expression, so we can say. If you want to handle in the single condition, so then we'll go with nested if. Okay. Here I am declaring some dummy code. So why I'm taking a value, a variable. So here in this program we don't have much logic. So I'm taking a as some value. Okay. But in actual programs, the value might come through database or by the input provided by user on different cases. It might. Okay.
Okay, sir.
In integer value 1 if equal to 1. Else if we have multiple conditions, so we are just checking that days. Okay, so else if we have one more day, multiple days, right? So we have here also, if you use tooltip, it will generate only if and if, else will not generate, else if will not generate. Equal to 3, right? So I'll change this to, okay, one second. If a equal to 5, finally I'm writing else, finally end if. So what will be the output in this case?
Monday.
So it's a direct condition checking. Okay, we have multiple conditions. We have 6 conditions, 5 conditions for weekdays. Sixth condition is exception case. So else means here exceptional. We should handle always exceptional message. If you are not, if these conditions are not satisfied, always we should populate this exception message. Okay. So we are using one. So one will automatically first condition will satisfy. Monday will display. It will not go to further. We just activating this. You can see the output Monday. Okay. If you use 7, so what output will get in this case?
Weekend.
Okay. So we have 7 days in week. Suppose if I mention 9, what output will get?
Weekend, sir.
Yes. We have 7 days in week, but 9 is not part of, we are not defining it's a 7 or something like that, right? 1 to 5
Yes,
we define what, other than 1 to 5, whatever the value we provide, all comes under weekend only. Okay.
correct.
If you mention 0 over 6 to any number, if you mention integer is allowed for, we have two 14 course number is there. Yesterday we saw the typical range. If you put any range, any number other than this 1 to 5, it will go to the weekend only. So that is about nested if. Not only integer, you can try with character values also. Here we'll mention character data type. If you put a, so we'll give a equal to a. So right, it is a value, it is a b, it is a c, like that you can try. Okay. Next slide, we have a case statements. Okay. So this is also part of branches where we are handling different conditions similar to nested if, but I'll tell you the difference. Okay. Here we call it as a case statement, but in Java or C language we call it as a switch case. Or JavaScript called as a switch case. Syntax will there we directly write the keyword as a switch case. Okay. Here we are writing, so see I'm writing a type integer value 1. So when I type case, click on immediately tab, so you can see block is generated by the tooltip. Okay. So here which value we are handling through the case, we are handling value a. Okay, type a. So we have different conditions when it is a 1. What is the logic? So we are writing inside, right? Monday. Okay. So when it is a 2, we maximum it will generate 2 when cases. So if you want multiple, we can write. Okay, we can keep on adding. Okay. 5 conditions, right? So here when others means it is similar to else. Okay, if the condition is
Yes.
not satisfied, it will go to the exception case, right?
Mm-hmm. We can.
What will the output in this case?
Monday.
Okay.
Okay, if you put 6 or if you put 4, in the case of 4 value, what will be the output?
Thursday, sir.
Thursday, sir.
Now the difference between nested if and case is the performance is a it's a main difference between these two, nested if and case. So how can we measure the performance when it comes to the nested if? Okay, so suppose we have a value 5 here. Okay, so what will the output in case of nested if? Value 5.
Friday.
Okay, so what it will do, it will check the first condition. If it is not satisfied, it will check the second condition, and third condition, fourth. The fifth condition is satisfied, then it will display this value. So before fifth condition, it is checking the 5 condition. Consider for every condition it is taking second. Okay, 1 second. So how many
Okay.
seconds it will?
5 seconds, sir.
So when it comes to the case statement, suppose we have a value 5 here. So what will be the output in this case? Friday only. But when
Friday.
it
Friday.
comes to the case in this line, so 5 value, it will directly jump to this 49 line.
Okay.
So it will not check all these conditions. So here it will take only 1 second. So
Yeah.
currently we wrote only 5 conditions here. So we supposed to write some cases, 100 conditions also case, exceptional case, max. Okay. So 20, 30, it will come out. 11, 12 conditions. So we have some piece of codes which SAP providing called as a function modules. So for every function mod, there are some exceptions. Okay.
Mhm.
So we have to handle each and every exception by putting in this case. Okay. So there we have to populating the messages and all by in the case statements. So you might ask, so by when we are using nested if and all. If you have only 2 or 3 conditions max, so that time you can use nested. If you have more than 3 conditions, you can switch it to case statement. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So let me show you in the debugging how it is working. Okay. So first I will do nested if first.
So, what are the real-time scenarios, okay, or what? When do we choose for the case statements? Especially, I see this in when you're implementing your banking-related functionalities, right? In the background, Oracle, I have seen that we're using it in the case statements. But however, in SAP, where do we need to, you know? So I mean to say, like, give me the examples of.
Yeah, just now I told. If you have 2 or 3 conditions, basically, okay. So I mean, conditions are different. Real time at this moment we can't say programmatically we are using. When it comes to that reports and all concept, I'll show you how we are using. Okay.
Okay.
So we have only 2 or 3 conditions. Better to go with nested if. So one conditions we can directly use if statement. We don't
If
need to go
statement,
any
right?
other. If you have
Right.
2 conditions, 2 or 3, suppose
Mm-hmm.
consider male, female, others is a condition. Okay. So if you are a male, it is showing some options. Okay. If it is a female, it is going through some options. If it is others, it is going through 3 options as a customer. Okay. So that time we have only 3 conditions, right? We can use nested if 23. So he You can directly click on here, you can see session breakpoint, or else put the cursor here, you can click on this button, session and delete, set or delete session breakpoint. It will add automatically. Okay. It is similar to C language, F5, F6, F7, F8 we are using for debugging. I'm just executing the program. You can see here, ABAP debugger is started in the status bar. Session 1 connected. So it is creating new session. If I see, if I put next to next, see this is at my basic screen where I execute the program, and you can see one more session, debugger is open. Basically now two sessions is active with my user ID. Okay. So this is our program. You can see we are in line number 3, not red color background. You can see yellow arrow mark. So that is a breakpoint indicator. Okay, here you can see yellow arrow mark. So now it is already completed 21 line. Now we can see the value of A. So I'm just typing here variable A here. Click on enter. You can see the value 9. Okay, value 9 is assigned for this. Now I'm just clicking on F5. Here you can see F5, F6, F7, F8. So these are all the controls of debugger. So I'm just clicking on F5 for line by line execution. See, now it is jumped to 25 arrow mark from 23 to 25 because this condition is failed. Okay, now 25. I'm clicking on F5. You can see it is jumped to next 27. So because 25 is failed, it is not going inside. Again 29, again 31, again 33. So now it came inside. You can see. Supposed to display 33, but it went inside. 34 means it is going to execute this. So I'm just directly putting F8 for the output. So we got on. We can. Now similarly, I'll show for case statement.
How to remove that section break, sir? That line break?
Sorry?
How to remove that break, sir?
Now directly click on that red color, but it will remove automatically. See, now I'm putting here case A. Okay, let me activate and it just changes. Display error. Okay, this was commented. Just activating. I'm just putting here breakpoint line number 40. So this is added the breakpoint. We just click on this, it will remove. Okay, so this is session breakpoint. Okay, if you put once, it will be active until. If you forgot to remove this, once you log off, automatically it will go. It's a session. Okay, you are in currently. I'm in one session. If I log off, this session will close. So automatically breakpoints, all breakpoints will remove. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, I'm executing now. It will stop here. The red color is a breakpoint, but yellow arrow mark indicating the which line we are in the debugging area. Okay, so now we are in line number 40. So here you can see a value. What is the a value here? 5. In right side you can see here 5. See, now I'm just click on F5. See, it is directly jumped to 49 line. From 40 to 49 line. This arrow mark directly jump to 49 line. So it is going to execute within the value. Okay. This will call some standard code and all. And directly click on F5. And you can see the file. So that is the advantage of case statement. It will directly jump to the condition. Understood the difference?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yes, Lord.
I'll switch to next
Yes, sir.
one.
Yes, yes.
So that is about branches. Okay, we have three concepts in branches. One is if condition, nested if, case statement. Next we'll jump to loops. Okay, so we have a do statement which we are using for looping purpose. So you can see a do statement implements unconditional loop. So for if you use do statement, we don't have any condition. It will continuously execute. So that only that definition is if you mention here number do 5 times, do 10 times, it will perform those many times. Okay, so basically do statement implement unconditional loop by executing set of statement blocks several times unconditionally. The several times defines based on the number here. So here I mentioned do n times, n is a value. You mentioned 10 or 15, 100, those many times by default automatically it will complete the loop. Whatever the statements we written in between the do and do, it will complete those many times. Just write format in the setup. So I'm writing all this syntax in same program only. So do can directly after do you can directly use the tab button. Okay, in the keyboard automatically it will generate. See, I'm mentioned do 5 times. See, I'm writing right keyboard only. Write hello. Okay, so I'm just hit enter, save, check and activate. 3 program is activated, execute. You see here 5 times. Okay. So mention 20 times. I'm adding slash for breaking the line. So every time it will break the line means the 20 times will come line by line. So you're able to see this output.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's a basic functionality of do. If you want to take it number externally through variable, if you want to handle, you can declare the variable a type I value 20, and you can pass the variable here. Okay. Output will be the same. Okay. Okay. So I'm switching to next loop scenario. So next statement, next slide, you can see we have one more one while condition. Okay, while keyword or while statement we can say. So while it's similar to loop scenario only, but in C language, if while condition will check end of the block. Okay, but here the expression will check in the starting of the while only. So the main difference is here. So basically condition should be true and expression becomes false. Then it will stop the loop. Okay. Here, the while loop statement repeatedly executed target statement, whatever we written in between. Okay, as long as given condition is true. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
expression becomes false. Okay, so these two should be satisfied. Then it will stop the loop. Let me write some code.
Not following. Not following you, Kishore. Go ahead and we'll see that.
Yeah. So basically, we have an expression here. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
expression is a combination of operand and operators. Condition is different. So now 5 equal to 5. So what we are checking 5 equal to 5, we are checking that both are equal to or not equal to. That is a
Right.
condition. But expression here, basically equal to is a correct expression only. But expression should be become false. If you put 5 not equal to 5, so 5 is correct. So condition is true, but expression indicates it's wrong, not equal to we mentioned. So
Acha.
it will stop the condition. Okay.
Okay.
See here. So I'm writing do. Oh, sorry. Data a type integer value 0 I'm writing. Okay, so I'm writing while a equal to a not equal to I'm writing 10. Okay, closing end while. Okay, so in between what I'm doing, I'm increasing the values a equal to a plus 1. So what is the basically a value here? 0. So 0 not equal to 10. 0 or 10 both are based on the condition. 0 or 10 is both are not equal to, and expression also true. Condition is false. Expression indicates that values are not equal. Values are not equal. It should be not equal to. Yes, 0 and 10 are not equal to. So expression is true, but value, whatever we are checking, 0 or 10, it's wrong. So condition is false in this case. So it will go inside. Okay. So A equal to A value is 0. 0 plus 1 indicates again 1. 1 will assign to A. So since A also 0, but actually the assignments will happen right to left, so it will override the value. The first time when it comes inside will be A value becomes a 1. So again it will go to the second loop. So 1 not equal to 10. Again condition is false, expression is true. Okay. Again it will come inside. It will increase the value 2, 3, and till the 10 it will increase. So when it comes to the 10, 10 is good, 10 equal to 10 basically. Okay, 10 are same. So condition is true, but expression indicates that the values are wrong. I mean, the total expression is wrong. It should be equal when it comes to A value 10. Okay, so both are not satisfied, it will stop the loop. So I'm displaying value here, I can see, right here. See what value will get in right here. So we got value 10, latest value in this case. Okay. If you write this same right inside the loop, what it will display here? This case,
I
All
think
the
all.
numbers, I believe. 1 to 10.
all the numbers for every loop, whatever the number it is running inside the loop, it will display this numbers. See here, 1 to 10.
1 to 10. Yeah.
Yeah. If you put this before condition, what range it will display?
Just start from the 0. Whatever the variable value it will display.
So end with 0 to 9 it will display.
Right.
So one number it will decrease in, since we mentioned before. Okay. So but basically we'll not write inside here. So whatever latest value, so that we are checking here. Okay. So this is very less we are using in a real-time concept. Okay. Okay. I never get any scenario regarding this while statement, but this is one of the syntax. My colleagues told they were using in different projects. Okay, so that's why. So I included here this syntax also. We need to understand how it is working. If you got this kind of any requirement, so you can try with this syntax. Okay, just commenting this. So this is last one in branches. We have like nested if we have a nested loop also. So you can use class, okay? Like do inside do you can use if condition. You can use case also. Do inside do also you can use. Do inside while also you can do. You can do that cross combinations also you can try. I'm writing do inside do. Data m type I value 3. N type I value 5. Doing do m times first time. So inside do n times. I'm writing right. So how many times this will display?
8 times.
Okay. A type I value 0. Equal to A plus 1. I'm displaying value A. Comma. Here only. So since it is a two values, we have to use chain operator. Okay. So basically it will work 15 times. So it is it's a multiplication. So when it's the first loop, it will complete 5 steps. When it's a second loop of main loop, so it's a again 5. When it's a third loop of main one, because we have 3 values, so 3 into 5, it will display 15 times, not 8 times. So here we have 1 to 15 value. Okay. So when the first loop is running, okay, so what is the first loop? M times. How many, what is M? M value 3. So when it is doing first loop, okay, inside first loop, again we are using do n times. How many times? 5 times. So this will complete first to 5 times in the first loop. So when again it will go to the global loop. When it is doing second time, again this will work 5 times. Again, when it's a global loop, third time, last time, okay, we have 3 times, right? That time again it is 5. 5 plus 5 plus 5, it is 15 times.